Something funny. Stay down, freak!
Hey guys, welcome back to another Movies podcast. I'm here with Jack Trainer and Jack Gruber.
Yeah!
And today we're talking about the Joker controversy. Now, basically, the media blew out of proportions the whole theme behind Joker and said that normal white males are going to see this and basically are going to want to go commit mass shootings after this
The SJWs are taking over.
Yeah, they're taking over. We're fucked, guys. Shit. No, anyway, here's something I get. People are sensitive, and I get that. They're sensitive to this topic. They're sensitive to the topic of mental illness and just mass shootings in general, crimes in general. And I get that, and I get why someone wouldn't like this movie. The thing is, this movie isn't inspiring people to go out and do that kind of stuff. This movie,
Exactly.
Don't interrupt me. Don't fucking interrupt me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, this movie. Can you shut up now? Thank you.
You're gonna have to cut a lot out of this game.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, this movie
Brilliant.
more serves as a warning of how we should treat each other and how people should treat each other in general. You sympathize with the character of Arthur Fleck, but you don't sympathize with the things he eventually ends up doing, and that's something I can say confidently seeing the movie. And it's just kind of ridiculous how the media is blowing this out of proportions, and it's causing Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix to not really know what to do about it, because the purpose of this movie was to create an origin story for one of the most notorious villains ever created in comics.
Yeah.
And it's gotten so far to the point where Warner Bros. Has banned all
Press
from the red carpet screening,
I did
which
not know
is
that.
this Saturday, right?
Damn.
I think so.
I think so. But it also seems like the media is just kind of targeting white males and they're saying like when white males go to see this movie, they're gonna want to go and cause mass shootings after
It's
this.
always
No,
white males.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just white males. It can be anyone.
Anyone can do this, and that's something people also need to understand, is that it's not just one group of people.
And if if somebody has a normal mental illness and sees this, they're not gonna go out and shoot people.
And I'm gonna say this again. I had this conversation in the car with Jack Frainer. Is The Kitchen, a movie about women standing up to men. If women see that movie, are they gonna start an uprising and start killing men? Like, that's not gonna happen.
patriarchy is oppressing us.
Right? And it's kind of stupid because it's kind of the same deal with the Joker, except The Kitchen didn't get that controversy because it's about a different group of people.
Well, I also think it's a difference of like genre because because those two movies are very different.
Yeah, but they're both crime movies.
And-
They're both about crimes and about people, being sick of being mistreated. And
But Joker is like much more vivid and real.
yeah, and it's about a guy who just has enough and just becomes psychotic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And turns into a bad person because of it.
And another thing is people are using when The Dark Knight Rises first came out back in 2012.
There was a mass shooting.
There was a mass shooting in a theater, and people thought that the shooter was wearing clown makeup
When he wasn't.
When that wasn't true at all. It was proven wrong.
They're using that against this movie, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
And that's because, first off, that happened so many years ago. And again, I can see why someone might look at this movie and be like, I can't see this movie, I'm too sensitive. Maybe the mass shooting back in 2012 caused them to think this way. And you know what? That's fine. That's their opinion.
Yeah.
But
whenever a movie comes out, you don't have to see it.
You can't censor art. You can't censor art solely based on the what ifs.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the big deal about video games and how they may or may not cause violence. And I'm saying this because I'm a huge video game person.
We're all
huge
video game
And
people.
the thing is that it's
so
but
completely not.
Yeah, people have spoken up and said that video games will cause violence.
Also,
Like,
I feel like
okay, for example, with games like Halo, or
Grand Theft
Auto, all those
Combat,
people,
shit like that.
some people tend to think that that's going to cause people to want to do that in real life, and that's not true
Exactly.
at all.
That's
It doesn't depend on the game. It depends on the person themselves.
There's a fine line where
Between
again,
reality and fiction.
Exactly.
And Joker is fiction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, people who have serious mental issues, they might view this as something that they want to do, but that's because
they're already in that state of mind.
Yeah,
It's not the video game or the movie's fault for the way they're feeling and what they want to do.
Yeah, and I wanna go back to video games a bit because I feel like video games, even if like the argument that they cause violence, that's total bullshit, which I know that like a lot of people already know. But even so, I feel like they have an upper hand in this argument because they would be, since it's more interactive and there's much more like you are the one moving the character, like pulling up the gun and shooting people. There is, because of that, I feel like there would be, just like theoretically, there would be more likelihood for a person who plays a video game to go do that, since they've had experience like actually doing the things in the game. And like seeing a movie, it's much more. It doesn't have the same level of connection.
That's true.
And because of that, I feel like even if video games might have caused violence, I feel like it would cause more problems than movies because of that separation.
Well, yeah, and also another thing you got to realize is that what everyone has to realize is that it completely depends on the state of mind of the person who's doing it. And if they're already psychotic, chances are they're gonna do it. But that's a thing.
It's not the video games and movies don't influence.
Yeah, they don't usually influence people to do that. It's usually what they've experienced in the past that influenced them to do that.
Yeah,
not the video game or the movie itself. It's censoring art, and that's not fair because what movies and video games do is even video games, they're just trying to tell a story. That's the whole purpose of a video game or a movie is to tell a story,
pure entertainment,
or just entertainment in general.
Whether it's fiction or not, most of the time it's fiction.
Yeah,
and that's again, sensitivity is a completely different subject, and we could get into that another time. But the important thing to understand is Joker isn't going to make normal people want to go out and shoot other people. That's not going to happen.
There could be much bigger problems in certain media than just someone becoming violent and radicalized.
And the thing is, even if some psychotic person sees this movie and wants to do something like that after, again, it's not the movie's fault. It's not the influence of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the person themselves. And the thing is, that is the biggest what if of all time.
It's like blaming a German who's living now for the Holocaust.
Exactly. And it's really, really, really starting to get on all of our nerves. So that's our place on this whole controversy.
I just want to say, I feel really horrible for Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, everything they're having to go through.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I feel bad for Warner Bros., but I especially feel bad for Todd Phillips, who is just trying to create a vision of a character that he truly cares about and truly grows inspiration from to warn people about this kind of stuff.
Joaquin
Phoenix
is an actor.
And he dedicated himself to this role to put out a message like this, to put out a movie like this that tells a great origin story while also telling people the effects of mental illness and what it can do to someone and how it can change someone for the worse. And that's a theme that holds very clear in this movie. Because again, I'm going to say this one more time. You sympathize with Arthur Fleck. You do not sympathize for the things he eventually does and doing.
You sympathize with the character, not the actions.
Not the actions. And that's the thing. And that's something people should go in when they watch this movie, and that's something that people should leave the theater thinking about.
Yeah.
And that is why this movie is such a a fucking masterpiece is because it just knows what it is, and it's trying its best to, you know, convey these messages. So that does it for this podcast. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Jack Gruber, and thank you, Jack Frainer, Jack Squared. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Okay, all right, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
This podcast
Thank you. Okay,
is,
dude, shut up, please. Thank you guys again. Like and subscribe. Fuck you, dude.